Diamonds in the rough. A wide, wide rough. Consonant values and title casing. Hello world, and this is Versus Codewars. Here, we are building out a diamond of a given size. Let's go ahead and get started here. Const diamond string. This function is going to be returning the string representation of a diamond of the size given in the argument. So we're going to go ahead and start this out with an array, and we're going to first populate that array with an asterisk, which this diamond string will be composed of, repeat size. Alright, we're going to go ahead and console.log that and see what that looks like. Console.log diamond string, or rather, actually, diamond array. Let's feed that into Node and see what that looks like. And we have our 5 asterisks in this array here. What we'll go ahead and do is let remaining size equals size minus 2. And we're going to go ahead and do while remaining size is greater than 0. And what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and create a string of spaces that is the size of the size passed in minus the remaining size. We're going to do that like this. Const space string equals space dot repeat. And since this here is actually an instance of the string object, I can go ahead and call repeat on this blank string here. And what we're going to go ahead and do is size minus remaining size. And we should actually go ahead and divide that by 2. And what we'll go ahead and do here is construct the next 2 parts of our diamond here. Const diamond line equals, we're going to go ahead and concatenate the space string, the asterisk repeated remaining size times, and then our space string again. And what we're going to go ahead and do is diamond array dot push our diamond line. But we're also going to go ahead and do diamond array dot unshift diamond line. The array's push method pushes a new member to the end of the array. The array object's unshift method pushes a new member to the beginning of the array. Alright, we're going to go ahead and console.log what we have here thus far. First, we're going to go ahead and, at the end of this, remaining size minus equals 2. We're going to go ahead and return what we have here, diamond array, joined together by the new line character. I'm going to feed that in a node, see what that looks like here, and we have an error. Yep. Repeat, not repeated. And we have a diamond. Let's go ahead and feed this solution into Codewars here. And try submitting it. And we have a problem. That might be because, oh yes, we need to return a blank string in the case of negative numbers. 0 or negative numbers. So let's go ahead and do an edge case here. If size is less than or equal to 0, return a blank string. Or rather, return null. Feed that in just because it's something I like to do. Let's feed this new solution into Codewars here, shall we? Let's try this again. And we still have problems. What's going on? Invalid count value at string.repeat. Okay. Looks like a problem here is at line number 30. No. Valid count value. Let's have another once through the instructions here. Trailing spaces should be removed. Okay. What we actually need to do here, I believe JavaScript has a trim end method here. It shouldn't mess up our diamond at all. Let's go ahead and try to see if this works. Nope. Valid count value. Okay, let's go ahead and console.log the size that's being passed into our test here. Maybe it's because we're doing this in a do while loop instead of a while loop. Try this. While remaining size is less than or equal to 0. No, that ain't it either. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and do here. Size. Oh, wait a minute. Let's get our diamond. Try doing this in a regular while loop here. Let's see what happens. Trim end is not a function. Really? Maybe trim right. And we need to add a new line character to the end of that. Let's try this again. Oh, okay. Alright, what we actually need to do here is get rid of this space string here and replace that with a new line. Let's see what that looks like. We can just go ahead and join that together with a blank string. That ain't it either. Oh, yes. Yep, this ought to do. Let's try submitting this. Oh, okay. Size -2 then. No. Okay. Single asterisk. If remaining size is less than 0, then we'll just go ahead and return a single asterisk. We're going to go ahead and move that upwards in the code here. Else, if remaining size is 0, oh, I have a better idea. Wait a minute, I have a better idea. If size is less than or equal to 0, or size modulo 2 is 0, because we can't have even numbered size diamonds here. Let's go ahead and try submitting this. Still problems. New line. New line. Let's reflect that in the Kata here. Try submitting this, and we are good. If there is a lesson to be gleaned from me attempting this kata, it's that you need to read the instructions and understand them carefully before you attempt it for yourself. This kata reminds me of a tower building kata I tried some time ago, which involved me using arrays of strings with spaces and asterisks, much like you saw with this kata here, to build a tower. I learned how to use the repeat methods on the spaces and the strings to build out each line of the array that made up the tower, and in this case, the diamond as well. Given a lowercase string with alphabetic characters and no spaces, our goal is to strip out the vowels, split the string into consonant substrings, and then find the consonant substring with the highest value. Let's go ahead and get started here. First, let's go ahead and convert our string to lowercase. To lowercase. And then we're going to go ahead and Use a regular expression to find all of the vowels in the string and replace them with spaces. Dot replace G. Anything with A, E, I, O, or U. Replace that with a blank string, with a space. Let's go ahead and run that by node, see what that looks like here. Turn str, node, consonant value. And as you can see, all of the vowels in the strings have been replaced by spaces. Let's go ahead and split those, see what that looks like. Split. Split, not filter. Filter out anything, filter out any blank strings. And now we have only sequences of consonants. Let's go ahead and consonant sequences. We're gonna go ahead and console.log that and see what that looks like here. And then what we can go ahead and do here is keep track of our high score. We are going to need the position of the lowercase a, so const a code equals a char code at. And what we're going to go ahead and do here is I have another idea. Return consonant sequences dot reduce. Set our accumulator and our value. Set the initial accumulator at 0. And our value here should be our consonant of sequence of consonants here. Console.log val. What we'll go ahead and do here is, can we do for of in a string? Const for const char of val. Are we gonna get yelled at for that? I don't think so. Console.log char. Nope, that is perfectly legal. What we're gonna go ahead and do here then is take the character code of that character and get the character code relative to this A code right here. What we'll go ahead and do here is console.log char code at minus A code. Just want to get the letter B here. See what that looks like here. We do not want that. What we'll go ahead and do here, we're gonna go ahead and add 1 to this. Whoops. Add 1 to this. No. Subtract 1 maybe. All right, we're gonna go ahead and keep track of the score here. score plus equals char.char code at minus a code. And if score is greater than the ec, we'll go ahead and return score. No. Actually, yes, score.ec. I'm gonna go ahead and return score, else we're gonna go ahead and return ec to 2680. That is in line with some of the tests. Let's go ahead and see what this looks like in Codewars. And we are good. When using a regular expression to replace characters in a string with a blank space with the intention of splitting that string into substrings using a space as a delimiter, you're going to have instances where you have more than one blank space in a row, and that's going to result in blank strings when you split the string. Be sure to filter out those blank strings before you work with that substring array. Next, in the return value of this Kata function, you saw me use the arrayObjects reduce method. The reduce method takes one and optionally two parameters. The first parameter is a predicate function which takes an accumulator and a value. This function is run on each element of the array and affects the final accumulator. The second argument in the reduce method is an initial value for that accumulator. For instance, if you wanted to determine the sum of the elements of an array, you can use the reduce function and return, in the predicate function, return the accumulator plus the value. Here, we are converting a string into title case, in which every word in the string, except for a few words specified in minor words, is capitalized. Let's go ahead and get started here. First, let's go ahead and split the... let's go ahead and check to see if the title is blank. If title is empty, just go ahead and return a blank string. Next, let's go ahead and take the words in the title and our minor words and split them into arrays. Title, const title substrings equals title.split with a space. Likewise for the minor words. Const minor word array equals. Now the tests are going to pass undefined into this if there are no minor words. So we need to check for that here. Either minor word type of I think it's a minor words empty array. If minor words is undefined, we'll set this to an empty array. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and take minor words split with a space. All right. Next, we'll go ahead and set up an array for the result here. Const result equals title substrings dot map. Pass in a word to our predicate function here. What we actually need to go ahead and do is map the words and our minor words to lowercase letters. Map word to lowercase. And we'll likewise do that with our title substrings here. Map word to lowercase. All right, what we'll go ahead and do here is if minor words array dot includes, if it includes our word, then we'll just go ahead and return the word. Otherwise, we'll need to go ahead and capitalize that, and we'll do that by doing this. Return a template literal, and we'll take the first letter of the word, not to uppercase, and then word dot slice 1, and we'll go ahead and this is going to be an array, so we'll go ahead and return result.join with a space. Let's go ahead and see what this looks like. Node title case. Okay, the first index of the word will always have to be capitalized. So index, we can pass a second parameter into our map function's predicate function, and this will be the index of the array being worked on. If index is greater than 0 and the minor words array includes our word. And I think that's just about right. Let's try some of our other tests here. The quick brown fox. This time not passing it any minor words. Gives us the quick brown fox capitalize. And let's try a clash of kings and passing in a, and, the, and of for our minor words. And that should give us a clash of kings. All these are in line with the examples of this kata. Let's go ahead and try submitting it. And we are good. In JavaScript, it's possible to call a function with fewer than or greater than the number of arguments that it calls for. When writing your functions, it's important to take note of that and account for that when necessary, as we did in our minor words array in this kata function. The same can be said about the predicate function in the array object's map method, and likely other methods that the array object has, like for each or reduce. The second argument in the map method's predicate function, as shown in the kata here, is the index of the element being worked on. Not shown in this kata is the predicate function's third argument, which is the array itself being worked on. One other reflection I can say on myself is, I need to start drinking water in between and probably during my shoots. That's gonna do it for this episode of Versus Codewars. If you'd like to see me tackle through, trudge through, and stumble through these coding challenges, drop a like on this video and subscribe to my channel for more episodes of Versus Codewars and other content in the future. As always, if there's anything better I can do with my code, feel free to suggest something in the comments below. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on the next episode of Versus Codewars.